Hello again. If you were with me already this morning, you'll know that I've painted this. My words are tumbling over each other. You'll know that I've painted these flowers before. I painted them at Lochgreen House Hotel for a demonstration, and then I painted them this morning for half an hour, and I thought I'm just going to leave them. It's over there. You can look up the video on the same day that this one was uploaded. Maybe you'll be able to find it. I was going to say I'll put the links below, but I probably won't. Maybe I will eventually. Anyway, okay. You get the picture. I'm just thinking as well, we have had so many lovely songs from Lily on that keyboard behind. She got it for Christmas. It's a weighted keyboard, and so it feels like a real piano, and she has headphones. But she does play sometimes during the day and sings, and it's just so heartening to hear her. Like, I love her. She sings The Piano Man and plays it beautifully, you know. It's really fantastic. That's one of the songs that when I was her age, 16 or 17, that would have been out then, I'm sure. Was it? I think it was, yeah. Billy Joel. Yeah, it was, because do you know how I know that? Because I used to work in the Isle of Wight the summer when I was 16. I went to the Isle of Wight and I worked in a bar. The guy who owned it said, just don't tell anyone that you're not 18. But there was a guy playing the piano in that bar, and he used to play The Piano Man, and he was a really beautiful pianist and singer, and I kind of felt like he was singing his own story there of it, you know. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Because he used to say things like, you know, in that song it says like, the waitress is practicing politics as the businessman slowly gets stoned, and they're sharing a drink they call loneliness, and it's better than drinking alone. And then someone asks him, what are you doing here? Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight, yeah. We're all in the mood for... Honestly, you didn't tune in to hear this, did you? It's only 2 minutes of it. Carry on. Anyway, what is the line though? We're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling alright. Anyway, there is in it a line where someone says to him, what are you doing here? And you feel like he could have had a different life, you know, but he's ended up in this kind of, you know, no hopers bar. Anyway, it was a nice song. So I was 16 then, so Lily's age now, singing that song. She's the age I was when I first came across it. I think we might have even had the album at home first. Anyway, I love him. Billy Joel, you know, he's playing in London. In fact, I should really try my best to get a ticket. I don't think there'll be any left now, but if any of you know ways or are selling one, I'd love to go and see him in London. Apparently I say his name wrong as well. Billy Joel is what I say. Lily says Billy Joel. I'm not sure. One or the other. Whatever way I say it, it's wrong anyway. Okay. Well, she loves me really, I know. It's alright. So what am I doing now? Yeah, so this time I've turned the board this way, obviously, and I think I'm going to do something up and down the way. As I do this now, I'm looking across at the 2 paintings I've already made of this setup. I'm wondering, do I need to shake it up? And my answer to myself is, I do not. However, I do want to find a way of getting the paint out of these blessed tubes without making every single paintbrush manky. Do you know what? I'm going to run into the kitchen because I think I've got a whole load of old paintbrushes there that I can use. 1 second. When I say a whole load of old, actually 3 new paintbrushes. So that's maybe not going to work. I don't really want to use the new ones. Okay. But you know what? I can just continue using the ones I have. It'll be alright. And shaking it off again. There was someone who practiced Qigong at the workshop, at the demonstration in Lochgreen, and she noticed me shaking it off. She said, you know, I think what you're doing there, she said, is raising the chi. You know, getting myself somehow ready for action, I suppose, just something like that. Oh my goodness. Right. I do want to do this, I recognise that. Okay. Oh yeah, my idea there now, I'm kind of excited about it. My idea was to start with the gold tabletop this time. And that's going to be made with yellow ochre. You know, I'm not going to risk that dirty palette now. I'll use this one instead, which it looks dirty, but it's dry. That one. I don't know if you can see anything, sorry. So I'm putting out the yellow ochre. I think this is a tube that actually works without having to be shoveled out. And I think the yellow ochre with the white behind it, I think it's going to, just think I've got the roller as well now. Why don't I try that? You know, the Lino Roller. I was going to say, I think I was thinking that the yellow ochre with the table through it would read as being kind of goldy, with the white through it might read as gold. It's interesting, isn't it? Because that's kind of given the texture of the tablecloth there, at least. So maybe it's not the brightness of it, but if I let it, that's what I'll do. I'm going to fling some water on it and let it dry a bit, and then I'll wipe away. The water now has red in it, but what harm? It might enhance the tabletop too. I'll wipe it away when it's dried a bit, and that hopefully will give me more of a feeling of the brightness of the tabletop when I wipe it away, you know, the bits in between. I'm laughing. Erin asked me to kind of tidy the living room a wee bit today. She's herself and Lily kept it really clean when I was away. It's not all my mess, honestly, since I came back. But, you know, there's a few friends coming before the Kaylee tonight, so I want to make it tidy-ish. So it's like I'm making it as dirty as possible first, isn't it? It's as if I'm putting my heart and soul into making as big a mess as I can. And then let's see what happens when I tidy it up. It'll be a big reveal anyway, won't it? That's a good thing. I love having a big reveal. Maybe that's why I let things get fairly bad before I do. Well, bad or chaotic, which is no harm, because order comes from chaos, doesn't it? This is apparently the Saturn, is it Saturn, Jupiter, or Pisces, or is it some conjunct or some sort of astrological thing happening at the moment that means that we are coming up against the fluidity of Pisces and is it Saturn maybe? And the kind of structure of Saturn. And so maybe what I'm experiencing right now, this kind of, well, you won't know what I'm experiencing right now. It's gone on in the earlier, if you've watched the earlier video, you might have an idea that there's just some sort of discombobulation occurring, you know, and maybe I'm just like the fluidity of Pisces splashing up against the you have to do stuff of Saturn. Anyway, navigating my way best I can through that, and yeah, just navigating my way best I can. Now, I might put a bit of that. I had to cut some paper off this in order to fit it on the board. This is shirt card that I've got from the Toll Cross art shop. It's a great art shop actually in Edinburgh. We're very fortunate to have it. Lovely people operating it. I didn't know the man who owned it. He died recently, but I know that he was well loved and ran a really lovely enterprise there. So it's being kept going by, I don't know who, but the people are still working in it, you know. So it's nice to know that. I'm not so happy with this brush. I rarely use it. I think I feel like I want to have 40 surfaces today instead of just the ground, the 3 tables. In fact, 4 tables, but there's quite a lot of chaos spread out because the girls' clothes and stuff are around the place. They were deciding what to wear today and all that. So, and my stuff, you know. And Erin's made some lovely things for Callum too. So there was a bit of craft work going on. But sure, it's all part of living, isn't it? You don't want to be too perfectly tidy all the time. I don't, anyway, I couldn't manage it like. I could manage if someone else wanted to do it for me. That would be grand. Okay, I'll take that off there now. Okay. I think it's getting close to what I want that to be. What about... See, we've got some lovely things happening here too that could transform themselves into the pot. Because I'm thinking today now, yeah, maybe that'd be a nice pot, wouldn't it? In fact, the whole thing, that's my job done. This is wallpaper from B&Q. I was just thinking that might be a nice starting point or end point for the orange pot, maybe. Whatever that is a bird of paradise. I don't know, plant or something. I'm making things up here as I go. But I like that. But first, underneath, I want to put something else. I've got some, yeah, so this is, yeah, those two would work, wouldn't they? I've got some painted paper from a painting that I tore up actually. But I'm peeling off, this is old shirt card now. I'm peeling the back off the shirt card to make it thinner so that the collage paper on the vase is thinner. And like I might be able to use them, wouldn't I, for those flowers that are sticking out there. Whatever they're called. I called them Veronica in the last video, totally making it up I'd say, because I think Veronica have got spires. Anyway, that's what I said the last time, so what will I say this time? I'll say I don't know what they are. Answers on a postcard. Right, so that's that. Will I take this off? Sometimes if you leave the masking tape on, it can throw you off and you can think that you've got a way more table than you plan. So I'm going to shift that down a touch because I think she's closer to the tabletop than butter. So that's the stuff I'm peeling off the back of this red. There's red and pink on the back of it. I kind of like it just like that. I suppose I want to cut it down so that I can fit in that. I kind of want to be able to fit in the gerbera, the two gerbera that are there, although they didn't. I'm just gonna turn out. Well, no, it's okay. I was going to ask the lady, one of our neighbours, or somebody handed in vouchers, like proper like gift vouchers for TK Maxx and all these different places. And I left no name or anything, but I thought it looked like my neighbour's handwriting. He lives over the road. Lovely couple, they got me to paint a portrait for them for Christmas. Anyway, what was I going to say? I thought that she might have been the one who sent in those vouchers because it looked like her handwriting or address on the front. I was going to ask her about them, but then I thought I'd have to turn off the video and do all that. And it probably isn't her. What are the chances? Like, a lot of people have similar handwriting, don't they? No. But it was a lovely thing. I'm going to head to TK Maxx and see. I presume that you can use them. I might get myself a new dress for the Kaylee tonight. It was a kind of a slight plan of action I had, but I need to go to the framer. I'll put it there, I think. I need to go to the framer and pick up paintings for the art fair. Next week is the Borders art fair, and then exhibiting there, and I've got paintings to pick up from the lovely framers in East Calder. I've got some more to give him, to ask him to put string on the back, because I had a few in the Royal Watercolour Society, and to give paintings to them you have to take anything off the back because they screw them on mirror plates or something. Right, so that's that. And I want to have the cord, of course, to hang for my own use down the Borders Art Fair. I'll be doing that myself. Oh, I must get the rods too. The local art centre here have offered me, well, I asked them if I could use the rods, the hanging rods, for the art fair, which will make my job a lot easier for hanging my pictures. And also Lily's going to come with me and help me, which will also make my job a lot easier. Although maybe, yeah, she'll need to come on Thursday rather than Wednesday. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud. Yeah, I must tell her that because she's working on Wednesday. We've got 2 set-up days, Wednesday and Thursday. I'm getting all kind of precise, aren't I, with the shape of the jug? Oh, jeekers. That went south fairly quick. That bit of extra orange paper just broke the camel's back of the easel. Right, you see, I'm okay to keep saying what am I doing now, because that just seems to focus me. I was kind of saying, why am I saying that the whole time? But what am I doing now is the thing that helps me to know what I'm doing now, or what needs to happen next, more like. Okay, one of the things that could happen next would be a bit of clean water. But first I want to kind of get the, what do I want to do? I want to do something that kind of, you know, one of those things, a bit free. I started using my fingers to get the paint out now. I was resorting to that because that's the quickest way, really. And also, getting my hands dirty is good medicine for me somehow. So that's what's happening there now with the jug. And then I'm going to flake up there. Oh, I am a bit irritated because there's really bright colour, and then I want to do the yellow, and I want to keep the yellow, as my friend Damien would say, unadulterated. I don't want to get any red into the space where the yellow flowers will be. You see, there's an example, just even tearing it. But I licked it off. Tearing it even gets it red, like. So I won't be using my fingers unless I wash them. And all my brushes are a bit, you can sense that whole, you know, maybe preparation. But actually, it was definitely a good idea to just do something. Definitely a good idea to start painting without getting everything perfect. So if I was to pass on anything, it would be to say that. Not every condition has to be perfect for you to go to paint. In fact, it's a bit of a blessing to be able to move your hands with colour and just whatever materials or equipment you have to hand, to just go ahead and use them. Bite the bullet, make a start, and you'll thank yourself. Some part of yourself will thank yourself for that. And I can say that with an honest heart. Do you know what I could do with that now? I could maybe use the stencil for that. I think I might have used the stencil the other day when I was doing this with the yellow for this forsythia. I'm just going to print off a bit of the wet off it. I have to use that part of my hand because I can't trust. That's dry enough. Okay. Actually, it kind of looks a bit forsythia-like already there, doesn't it? I don't know if I need to do much more to it. But I've started, so I'll finish. Have I? Got a huge lump of paint on the brush, which isn't necessary at all there now. Okay. I'll try a few bits in there. Just get a bit of a pattern somewhere. It's nice that I like the stencil for the freedom and the bit of joy that the petal-like shapes give you without labouring over it, you know. It has the kind of sensation to me now of dappled sunlight coming through there, which I like. And then I suppose, you know, oftentimes I start with the green, and today I didn't start with the green. I never even thought to start with the green. I don't know why that's gone on. But the next thing I'm going to do is, number one, wipe the tabletop. I think I could have wiped it earlier to get a bit more of the brightness of the gold there. But I have actually got gold. Is that gold alcohol ink? I think it is. Yeah, iridescent gold. Why don't I put some of that on? I need to put it on the ground to do that though. So I'll turn you down, and then I'm going to stop the video and I'll do the next stage. I'll do the next stage some other time, or you know, probably straight after this, but I'll let it sit and dry for a little while first. I suppose there'll be more gold on that side, alright, where it wants to flow, on the sunny side. A little bit over here too. Okay, I don't know how clearly you can see that, but there's quite a lot on now, so I'm going to need to let it dry. Let it dry flat, because it seems like it needs to be droplets rather than runs that I'm after there. So I'm going to let it dry flat on the ground. I'll take you off there and let you see what happened. I hope you can see okay. Bit shaky probably. You see, I can't see what you're seeing. There'll be some sort of thing. Surely be to God now in the vision for you. Okay, so I'll see you next time. Bye.